Beings above gods never stay above them. When gods let their egos run unchecked, the universe and all its inhabitants are forced to feel the effects. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cosy Reads. I hope you've all been keeping well. Welcome to part 4 of our series, A Universe Moulded. In today's story, we will be following Kedrick, as we witness his views on the primordial hierarchy, and see how even the gods can be subjugated. Sir, I've travelled to the planets in our side of the system, and observed what I could. The mortals are all doing well. They still worship and give you praise, even go so far as to set up altars and places of worship for us as well. You have steered the mortals well, sir, and I'm sure that you will continue to guide them for eons to come, Kedrick said to his lord. Ah, thank you, Kedrick. It is good to hear that the mortals are going well, and your work is exemplary. It is interesting that the mortals are worshipping you gods though. We are the first ones, and we came before, so we should be the ones being praised. But anyway, that is either here or there. So long as we are at the top of the mortals list, then everything is fine, the lord responded. Kedrick found the things that his lord said to be distasteful, almost elitist. The first ones have always been pompous and viewed themselves above all others, almost viewing the gods as less than them. But to hear his lord say this boiled his blood. What is wrong with mortals praising them too? The gods put in just as much work as the first ones, so why can they not be praised? Kedrick hated thinking this way. He was beholden to the first one after all, but this was something that he could not shake. Thank you, my lord, and it is good that the mortals still hold you in higher esteem. I am grateful that us gods can at least receive even a bit of praise, Kedrick said through gritted teeth. He thought now more than ever to bring up his query. The first ones had ruled long enough, he thought, and if the mortals are now also praising the gods, then maybe it was time for the gods to shine. He would bring this up with the first one, but subtly, of course. He could not let the first one catch on. My lord, I must ask, as I have done before, but have you given much thought to retirement, and maybe finding an heir to your throne? While none of us age, I do know that you and Our Lady were looking to find a quaint area of the universe to live together, and enjoy marriage for some time. If you have thought on it, and you're looking for a new heir, might I suggest... Kedrick was cut off before he could finish. Yes, Kedrick. While I know that you are a great leader, and you have served me well for a millennium and more, I am not looking to step down as of yet. While I appreciate your concern, and while it is true, I would like to spend more time with my lady, I have my duties, and I do not feel I could leave my kingdom in the hands of another, not even a god. As the first one said this last bit, his eye flashed for a millisecond. It was fast, but Kedrick could see the flash, and he knew exactly what it meant. The first one was looking down on him again, looking down on the gods. It was not that he did not trust anyone to look after his kingdom, it was that he did not trust a god to do it. Had he cottoned on to his plan? All Kedrick wanted to do was to rule for a bit, and relieve the first one. While it would be nice for gods to have higher standing and to rule, he knew that he could not match the first one, and so there was no point in even trying. Kedrick smiled and bowed at the first one, before adding, You are right, my lord. Your kingdom does need you, and for anyone else to rule would be preposterous. I apologise for even mentioning the possibility. May I take my leave, and leave you to your work, my lord? Or do you need my assistance with anything else? Kedrick said before bowing again. The first one responded with a wave of his hand, and a, Good, you are dismissed, Kedrick, before going back to his work. Kedrick left the first one's chamber in utter embarrassment and dissatisfaction. Who does he think he is? Kedrick thought to himself. There was no need to pick a fight with the first one, as it would be a fight he would not win. If only the mortals praised him more, then maybe he may have the power to at least last against the first one. But even this was stupid, as the first one would never allow it. As Kedrick walked through the castle, he passed the library where Chastity was sitting. He nodded to her, and she nodded back, but he did not stay to see that she had got up from her seat, and she was following him. Kedrick needed to blow off some steam, so he went outside to practice on the training dummies. As he swung his sword, he thought on how therapeutic this all was. When he had his sword in his hand, he felt stronger, like there was nothing he couldn't do. As he swung, slashed and stabbed the training dummy, it took more and more damage, until eventually it wrested from the ground and was sent flying into the ether, where it crashed into a star, causing a piece of the star to fall, and causing mortals to look up and witness the shooting star. Chastity became excited seeing this. She'd been watching him for a little while now. It always made her excited watching him in action, and it cemented her plan even more. Kedrick was strong enough to help her realize her future. She stepped forward, ready to entice him with something that his sword could not. And that brings episode 4 to an end. It seems that Kedrick has strong views on the hierarchy of the First Ones and Gods, and with Chastity working to enact her own plans. Let's see how all this fares for the future of the universe. But moving on from that, I hope that you've all enjoyed this story and that you've been enjoying this series as well. Tune in next time for episode 5 as we witness the descent of the gods. But until then, hope you've all sufficiently warmed up and that this story has brought you some level of comfort. I wish you all safe travels on the journey of life, and feel free to come back again when you need a new story to warm your day.